request Mr. Sri Jaipal Reddy, Mr. M. Prabhakar, Mr. Nagesh from Hetero. Now I request Mr. Tirumala, Mr. Nivas from Infosys Springboard. Infosys. Now I request Mr. Tirumala, Mr. Nivas from Infosys Springboard. I would like to invite Miss Padmaja Ramani and Miss Raghu from Infosys Mamata. Now I request Mr. Venkat, Mr. Chakravarti from InnoHat System. Now I request Mr. Venkat and Madhu from InnoHat System. Now I request Dr. S. Anand Reddy, Dr. Srinivas Rao, Mr. Sachin Chowdhury, Dr. Gangadhar from ISTD. Now I request Mr. KVB Reddy, MD L&T Metro, Mr. NVS Reddy, MD HMRL from L&T Metro Rail. And a request, please team to come forward for group picture. Monster. Now I request Dr. Sangeeta Shamsundar, Dr. Sharmukh, Mr. Tanish Arora from Monster. Manoj Sunil Shetty, Mr. Faninder, Mr. Visvajit Raut from My Startup TV. Nagaro. Now I request Miss Kanika, Mr. Raju Charkuri from Nagaro. Ma'am, your accents. Because
Access రాసుకుంది.
చెప్పండి.
Excuse me, cameraman. Like you're blocking the live telecast of the program. Could you please give way to the guest so that they can reach the dais in time? Thank you.
Now I request Mr. Krishnadas Menon, Mr. Sumit Manohar, and Mr. Ramesh Pispati from PGK Technologies. Now I request Mr. Chiranjeevi, Mr. Umash Maheshwar, Ms. Krishna Madhavi Kalyan from Premier Energies. Now I request Ms. Reena Dayal, Mr. Ramesh Ketaraju, Mr. Arun Pati from Kuwait Council of India. Now I request Mr. Subhajit Saha from Resolute. Now I request Mr. Rajesh Chandrasekhar, Mr. G.G. Kumar, Dr. Avinash from Tally Education. I would like to invite Mr. Rohit Ravinder, Mr. Sufiana Khan from TAP Academy. Now I request Mr. Rajat Sahi, Mr. Anuj Gupta, Mr. Saket Chaurasia from Vahan. Okay.
Renewals, we just need the names right now. The sir doesn't have time. So once that is done, we will ask the Honorable Minister to speak. Renewals we'll do later on when Jay sir is there.
Okay. I would request Ms. Adapalli Sandhya, Mr. Mahek Pretam, Mr. Raju from Weedle. I would request Mr. Danya from Rubicon. Miss
Rubicon का play कर दो ना नहीं वहाँ पे next yes छोड़ दो Major Vinit Kumar and
Major Vinit. I would now request Major Vinit Kumar and ILN Rao Garu from Cyber Peace Foundation.
Since he is not from the major, his thing is to be called. Renewals will be done later.
Uh-huh. Now I request Mr. Krishnamachari Srikant from AA EduTech.
Just read out the please.
Okay, I have to. Now I request NO Foundation team.
Get the memento first. Get the memento. Get the memento. Get the memento.
Only memento.
Get the memento first.
Only memento. Payment memento ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡೆ ಸರ್ memento ಇಟ್ಟೆ ಬೇಕಿದ್ದಾನೆ ಹಾಂ
Now the renewals: Amazon Web Services, Cisco, CMAT, EDS Technologies, Excella, Generation Next, Hire Me, Histia, IBM Skill Build, Insofe, Nandi Foundation Mahindra Pride Class, Oracle Academy, Salesforce, Skyfi Labs, Smart Bridge, Smart Infra, TSAT, Taplingua, UiPath, Unschool.
Let's call at least 10 of them on the stage. So first 10 names you can call on the stage so that at least two ho jayega. Photo. Right? We'll exchange the emails.
Yeah, may I request Mr. Amit Krishnan from QApp to exchange them, please. It's a government of Telangana. Yes, sir.
That's later on. First let's get the we're on. So AWS, Cisco, CMAT, EDS Technology, XLR, Generation Next, Hire Me. Can you all please come up on the stage? Because we are running short of time. We would, but not miss the opportunity of taking a photo with the Honorable Minister. Therefore, please come up on the stage so that we can take a photo with him. Please.
Mementos.
Mementos.
IC
नहीं,
में
बाद में जेस के टाइम पे देंगे, बाद में
ఎంత ఇచ్చిండ్రా 10 ఇచ్చిండ్రా ఇంకా 9
we'll get it done, don't worry. Next list.
Hire Me, Hysia, IBM Skill Build, Insofe, Nandi Foundation Mahindra Pride Class, Oracle Academy, Salesforce, Skyfi Labs. Request you to please come.
Access is also here? No.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Sir, we can make it. Sir. We can. These are.
Announce please. Face you onwards.
Hysia, IBM Skill Build, Insofe, Nandi Foundation Mahindra Pride Class, Oracle Academy, Salesforce, Skyfi Labs, Smart Bridge.
ఇవన్నీ కార్పొరేట్ ఇవన్నీ గవర్నమెంట్ లాస్ట్ అయిపోయింది లాస్ట్ ఇంకా అది అయిపోయింది లాస్ట్ డిస్కౌంట్ లాస్ట్
Sure.
Smart Infra, TSAT, Taplingwa, UiPath, Unschool,
యాక్సెస్
Access Health,
IOCL
I will say this exchange अभी करते हैं, इसके बाद VC से करना है. She'll do it. She was supposed to do it, but you do it. Get onto the
And
stage
mentor
now.
together.
Get together. Get quickly, come.
I request Mentor Together team. We also have two universities who are signing up with us today. I would now invite Mr. Lakshmikant Rathod, VC Palamuri University, and Professor Venkat Ramana from RGU KT University to exchange the MoU.
the students whose life is going to be impacted are here with us today. I would now request Mr. Unachanu, Management, Government Affairs and Public Policy, Google, to join the dignitaries. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for the awardees of the Google Career Certificate Scholarship Program, built and taught by Google to prepare learners from all backgrounds for high demand skills. It launched certification courses to create pathways to jobs in IT for people with no experience. These girls are Bhumika Kindodi, Nishita Bonipalli, Khyati S. Desai, A. Meghna, B. Aparna, J. Bhagya Haindavi, K. Swati, Harsha, S. Kalpana, Mamidi Prasanna, Bantu Deepika, G. Divyasri, Pullekudi Bhargavi, Tigala Maitri, K. Purnima, R. A. Bhargavi, B. Meghna, Amulya, Pratibha and Shravani from different districts of Telangana. And also, I would request one person from the college management to accompany with the students on the dais. Today is a proud day for them as they not only get a scholarship to do the program of their choice, but also their dream of being with the Honorable KTR Garu is also fulfilled.
Students, can you please come front? You can get down. Students, please come front. Students, please stand on the bottom line.
Yeah, can you please come by college, by student, college and a student, please. Let us not make a crowd here, please. It will be inconvenience for everyone on the dais as well as other guests also. Please cooperate with us.
Bhumika, Acharya Degree College, Sangareddy. They are not listening.
Excuse me, we are announcing by college. Can you please come? Can you please come along with your student? I request college management. I request college chairman, secretary, principals. I request you to come along with your student. Please do not crowd. Excuse me, due to some security reasons, I request everyone to leave the dais, except the guests. Everyone, please leave the dais. I request everyone, except the dignitaries, everyone, please leave the dais. I request only students to be at the dais along with the dignitaries. Excuse me, everyone. Let us not gather on the dais. Let us come by college name, please. It's a request.
May I request to please leave the dais? Please leave the dais except the students. And the other MoU exchanges will happen soon after this with IT Secretary, sir. So please, in the interest of time, we would request you to please stay with us. Thank you.
Thank you.
I think if people have not taken a photo, quickly take your photo and step down. I think we need to continue with the program further. Please go back. Please go back. Please take your seats. Please take your seats. We are still continuing with the function.
Those who have done, please leave the dais. Can we quickly move on, please? Request you to please move on. move on, clear the dais, please. Thank you. Those who are done, please move on. Request you to please leave the dais.
Go ahead, announce, let everyone. Take your seats.
Please take your seats. Please.
Request the guests, please take your seats. Please kindly be on your seats. Students, just be aside. Students, I request the students to be aside. Requesting all the guests to be seated, please.
Please be seated.
Quickly.
Thank you.
Who am you?
Government of Telangana.
Call MSR. MSR, come.
Government of Telangana is also signing MoU with KTR in social media platform. Now I invite Mr. Amit Krishnan from KTR. I request everyone to take your seats, please. Next to the I'll now like to invite Dr. Shanta Tautam, Chief Innovation Officer, and Pranay Kumar, Head of Partnerships, TSIC, to come on to the dais. And I request the Honorable Minister and other dignitaries to do the poster launch of Intinta Innovators.
సేమ్ అదే ప్రోగ్రామ్ అవునులే కానీ లేదు ప్లేస్ లేదు కదా వీళ్ళిద్దరే ఉన్నారు.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, the time has come for which we all have waiting eagerly for. Stars shine at night, some stars shine at bright daylight. It is our pleasure to welcome such a star, our Honorable Chief Guest, the young and dynamic Minister of IT, Industries, Municipal Administration and Urban Development, Telangana State, Honorable Minister Shri KT Ramarao Garu. Thanks.
Thank you, Shrikant Sinha, CEO of Task, Jayesh Ranjan Garu, our Principal Secretary, Industry and IT. Krishnamachari Shrikant Garu, I think a man who needs no introduction, the most energetic guy in the room. Thank you, Chris, for being in the room. And I thank all the dignitaries gathered here. I see lots of vice chancellors, I see lots of academicians, I see lots of entrepreneurs, I also see lots of industry partners. I thank all of you, in fact, and I also apologize because we ended up showing late. My apologies, my sincere regrets, because we had a prior program which ran over the time that we actually had stipulated. So my apologies for making you wait as well. Delighted that today Task has in fact entered into 26 new partnerships, ranging from life sciences to loco-pilot training to digital well-being to fashion, textiles, personality development, accounting, English speaking, job seeking, etc., etc. There's plenty of them. I congratulate each and every one of the partners, and particularly the Telangana Academy for Skills and Knowledge. I think you guys deserve a huge round of applause. On top of the new partnerships, about 27 renewals of existing partnerships have also happened with esteemed partners such as Bharat Forge, Kalyani Rafael, Cisco, Amazon Web Services, IBM, Infosys, and AA EduTech, Mentor Together, Tapalingua, Mahindra, Nandi Foundation, Salesforce, SmartBridge, Unschool, UiPath, etc. Also was delighted and extremely pleased to see the Google Career Certification Scholarship, which we had signed about, I think, 6 months ago, also take off, and about 20 students, mostly girls, almost 20 of them coming from the scheduled caste and scheduled tribe background, being supported, and them in fact in turn creating an aspiration for the rest of their cohorts. As you all know, this scholarship program is centered around 6 courses: IT automation, IT support, UX design, data analytics, project management, digital marketing, and e-commerce on Coursera platform. The other thing I also wanted to quickly mention, today employment and employment creation remains the biggest challenge for every government across the world. మీరు ప్రపంచంలో ఏ ప్రభుత్వాన్ని తీసుకున్నా, తెలంగాణ ప్రభుత్వం అయినా అవ్వచ్చు, భారత ప్రభుత్వం అవ్వచ్చు, లేదా అమెరికా ప్రభుత్వం అవ్వచ్చు, లేదా ఇంకేదైనా దేశంలోని ప్రభుత్వం కావచ్చు. The biggest challenge for all of us, every government across the world, is to contain unemployment, to ensure that skilled manpower, skilled think force is provided an opportunity to excel in terms of all the opportunities that are coming up. As we all know, Telangana is one of the most progressive states in India, which has been able to create a great positive momentum in terms of attracting new industries into our country and into our state. We are very proud of the reformatory policies that Honorable Chief Minister has actually created in Telangana, be it the TS iPass or be it the T-Pride, which provide equal opportunities to all. But what I'm even more excited about is the institutions that have been created in Telangana, because we are all temporary. None of us is permanent. Neither my position nor this life, for that matter, is permanent. So what matters really is not individuals but institutions. What matters really is processes, not persons, individuals. So what we've been able to do is something truly, that I take a lot of pride in personally. For instance, the building that we are sitting in, the T-Hub. Now for some, this might just be a physical building. For me, I believe this is a 1/3 of what we have in terms of our global ambition. This is one piece of the world's largest innovation campus. We would like to bring about a culture of entrepreneurship. We would like to bring about a culture of enterprise into our youngsters, catch them very young. So I'm thankful to TSIC, the Telangana State Innovation Cell, for launching a program to promote rural entrepreneurship, to promote social entrepreneurship, to catch our youngsters young, at a very, very early stage in high school. The Intinta Innovator program, which basically means, roughly translated into English, It basically means an innovator in every single home. All of us, in fact, in our day-to-day rigor, we do multiple things, but I think one of the most important lessons we all pick up on a day-to-day basis in our daily routine is how to improve the processes that we work on a day-to-day basis. Now, that is exactly what Intinta Innovator is also trying to accomplish, coming out with disruptions in our day-to-day life, coming out with what might seem like simple solutions, but very effective tools which can add a lot of value. I'm delighted that even that is shaping up well. Not only T-Hub, Government of Telangana has created institutions like TASK, the Telangana Academy for Skills and Knowledge, which currently has more than 718 various colleges. Engineering colleges are about 145, Polytechnic about 96, Pharmacy 51, the Masters in Business Administration, business schools 22, degree and post-graduation colleges 403. Between all of them, they have 718 colleges enrolled under TASK. Since the formation of Telangana in the last 8 years, TASK has been instrumental in training and skilling 653,189 students, 6,53,189 students. We have not only trained the students, but we have also trained the trainers. About 14,338 faculty also have been trained. The current student registrations at this point in time in TASK is about 244,617. Now, not only in Hyderabad, TASK is not just a center in Hyderabad. We have decentralized. We have set up units in Khammam, Karimnagar, Sirisila, Warangal. We will also be setting up units in Nalgonda, Mehboob Nagar, and we are looking at centers in other parts of Telangana as well. More importantly, as I was pointing out, not only the skills part of it, because as we all know, in our day-to-day lives as well, most of us use smartphones, and in the smartphones, I think every second week we get a notification कि software upgrade हो गया, आप भी upgrade कर लो. If you don't upgrade, and my phone keeps bugging me, I don't know about yours, it keeps asking me if it can be done when I'm sleeping at 12 o'clock in the night. I'm not very comfortable with that thought, so I do it when I can. But the point is, just like how a phone would update and continue to update its software, I think all of us also, to keep forging ahead in life, to keep forging ahead in our chosen careers and chosen paths, we also have to keep learning, unlearning, keep skilling, upskilling and reskilling. There's no substitute to it, because as the world around us changes and continues to evolve, if we don't grow with it, then we'll be left behind. And of course, apart from the skilling component, as eloquently put by Krishnamachari Srikanth, I have to tell you an interesting story about Srikanth. I was a student in school when Chris was playing, Srikanth was playing. And of course, like the rest of my generation, we were all fascinated with this guy, his flamboyance. That was the era when we had Mahindra Amarnath, Sunil Gavaskar, all of them playing test cricket. And this was one guy who used to come in swashbuckling, hit everything out of the park. He didn't have the patience, I think. Of course, he had the technique. He had the complete technique, but he was very impatient man. He used to, be very fidgety around in the ground, and he used to move around a lot in the crease. He used to walk almost to the leg umpire right after each ball, and his stance was very unique. So we were all huge fans, he was a very flamboyant cricketer. So I went to see him when he was playing Pakistan. It was India-Pakistan game, 1987 I think it was. It was held in Lal Bahadur Stadium, and my school was very close. I went to grammar school then. So we all went there. Unfortunately, Chris, in fact, I was hoping he'd score a century, or he would just do a blistering 50 or something. But Chris, you disappointed me that day, man, and of course you were hurt. Wasim Akram bowled a bouncer outside the off stump. Chris decided that he'll basically hook it, over square leg or leg wicket. I don't know where he was trying to go there. Over the wicket. Square leg. So he took it outside the off stump, he hooked it. And then the ball took the top edge and hit him, I think, on the left eyebrow. He had 27 stitches. I remember very, very, it's still fresh in my memory. He had to walk from the ground. He had heavy bleeding. So to see him here in flesh and blood and tell us about the self-belief, I think that is one take-home lesson for me. Because no matter how stacked up the odds are against you in terms of the challenges which might appear insurmountable at that given point of time. As the team of 83 had proved it, self-belief, passion, energy, and most importantly, I think a bit of luck as well. All of this coming together, I think it will really keep you in good stead. So Shrikant Garu, thank you very much for coming all the way from Chennai. And thank you for being a partner of TASK. Thank you for giving that extremely energetic speech. I'm sorry I didn't watch 83 yet. I will certainly watch. I'm a huge movie buff. I will watch and I will certainly give you my feedback as well. Once again, sorry for showing up late. Like I was saying, the last thing I'll say this and I'll close out. The biggest challenge for all of us in governments today is not just about bringing in investments. क्योंकि बहुत बार जब मैं बोलता हूँ कि कोई एक नया इंडस्ट्री आया है तेलंगाना में, the one question that I get asked immediately on social media is, इसमें से तेलंगाना बच्चों को कितना मिल रहा है? How many Telangana kids are getting employed? Why don't you tell us that? Now, my humble appeal to the youth of my state and the youth of this country as well is, private sector में अपने मेरिट पे, अपने टैलेंट पे, अपने स्किल पे, अपने बल पे आपको मौका मिलेगा. See, my job is to continue to expand the pie. My job is to continue to bring in investments. My job, Jayesh's job, is to continue to attract investments. If we get into a parochial mode, where I start imposing restrictions and saying कि आप 90% तेलंगाना बच्चों को लेना पड़ेगा, then they will simply say, okay, maybe I'll look elsewhere. The point is, the more number of factories, the more number of services companies, the more number of enterprises we are able to bring to Telangana, more of the opportunities, more of the chances of one getting gainfully employed. So what really matters is being in a position to be able to latch onto that opportunity which the government is trying to bring into our state. As the pie continues to grow, I think there will be opportunities for all. Today, Hyderabad has become an investment magnet and also a magnet for a lot of job seekers who want to shift from Bangalore, from Delhi, from Chennai, from other parts of India and come all the way and settle here. In a free country, in a democracy, you cannot stop anybody from moving from one location to another. So my humble appeal to the youth of Telangana is, please utilize TASK, please utilize the valuable services of our partners, please ensure that you are gainfully skilled and latch on to all the opportunities that are coming your way. So good luck, Jai Hind, Jai Telangana. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Your vision and roadmap sets clear directions for us. Thank you also for taking out time and being with us today. Now I request TASK CEO Shrikant sir to give the vote of thanks.
Thank you. Honorable Minister sir, thank you very much for taking out time from your busy schedule and being present amongst us over here today as we celebrate this momentous occasion of envisaging to skill 150,000 with the MOUs that we have entered today. So thank you very much, sir, for your presence. Really appreciate. Apologies for the thing, but then seeing you, no one can stop themselves from taking a selfie with you. So thank you for that also. Would like to thank the Honorable Principal Secretary, Sri Jayesh Ranjan Garu, the guiding force behind TASK and the Vice Chairman of TASK for taking our time, guiding us, helping us reach out to all these various organizations and partner up with them. Thank you very much, Jay sir. And of course, the opener of the Indian team, Krishnamachari Shrikant. Thank you very much, Krish. Really appreciate the thing where on one phone call from me, you actually took the flight and came here. I really want to thank you, Krish. Thank you very, very much. I would also take this opportunity to thank all the partners who have signed the MOUs today. I think, today is the beginning where we are starting our new journey, but we have got miles to go. And I'm sure that with your support, all our colleges, all our youth will be able to achieve a lot. I would also like to thank all the people assembled over here, college management, etc., for being part of this event, the MOU signing ceremony. Before I end, I would like to hand over a small token of our appreciation to the dignitaries on the dais.
పలుకుదాం. ఇవాళ ఈ రాష్ట్రంలో ఉన్నటువంటి దౌర్భాగ్యపు ప్రభుత్వం కౌలు రైతులు ఆత్మహత్యలు చేసుకున్నటువంటి రైతుల్ని ఏ మాత్రం కూడా కరుణించినటువంటి నేపథ్యంలో నేనున్నానని చెప్పి ముందుకొచ్చినటువంటి నాయకుడు మన పవన్ కళ్యాణ్ గారు అనేటువంటి మాటని మీ అందరికీ మనం చేస్తున్నారు. పవన్ కళ్యాణ్ గారికి స్వాగతం పలుకుతూ మనందరి తరఫున కూడా స్వాగతంగా పవన్ కళ్యాణ్ గారికి స్వాగతం, సుస్వాగతం.
అమ్మచాడు బిడ్డలంతా నిమ్మడంగా ఉండిపోదే పర్మంటూ బిడ్డంతా చీకట్లో జారిపోదా.
అందరూ దయచేసి మీ స్థానాల్లో కూర్చోండి.
అక్కలకు దిక్కలేసే రక్కసులకు రకడమొచ్చే
శ్రీ పవన్ కళ్యాణ్ గారిని తూర్పుగోదావరి జిల్లా జనసేన పార్టీ సాధారణంగా వేదికపైకి ఆహ్వానిస్తుంది.
చెల్లి చీరగట్టు ఒట్టు పెట్టు చేతులెత్తి చితక్కొట్టు కారవేసి దంచి కొట్టు.